the violent tearing of this dark spirit, this strong man, over 6 months, out of my saliva, out of the innermost part of my being, ripping out of my fingers, my eyes, my testicles.
Are there angels, just like demons around, are there angels protecting us from addiction? Do you believe in the spirit world there's a battle? You've got demons coming against this little boy who's now, looking at these magazines, but yet that there's angels that have circumvented certain things that we could have come in contact with. Let me give you an example. I may have been a heroin addict, but there was a time where I was offered heroin that I was very vulnerable, didn't know what it was, that I could have taken it. Niel, it was a supernatural event of me not shooting up this heroin. It was, I'm not going to go into it, but it was supernatural. If I told you, go, David, there's no way this has to be super. Do you believe there's angels standing by that are taking care of us, that have circumvented many situations where demons want to come in and cause addiction?
100%. Just as your story, David, the likelihood that I wasn't just a porn addict and a drug addict is only God's unbelievable, not just his grace, his circumvention, his angelic protection of not, and there's a spiritual inheritance that's there. And that is why when Joshua declared, as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. When a man of God says that my house, we're going to serve the Lord, you begin to take on an inheritance. It doesn't mean your kids won't struggle.
Right.
The battles that you overcome and the giants that you slay, you are slaying them for the family.
Wow.
And I believe that's on the angelic level.
Can deliverance, and I know deliverance can be immediate, I understand that, but can deliverance also be over a period of time? Meaning, can someone be a little bit delivered, then more delivered, and it happens over a period of time?
You may not like my answer. I believe we as believers in 2021, we want everything immediate. So salvation is the start. So at the start, I believe certain things in the character of Christ is put into you. Okay. But addiction and being free of strongholds and being delivered, I believe is lifelong. You may not like that, but I listen, I'm proof positive. I think if the Lord was able to rip everything out that needed to be ripped out, you wouldn't be able to live. It's too violent. It's too violent. And so it's line upon line, precept upon precept, as the Lord takes us through a journey of walking with him.
Absolutely. Niel, here's the trap is that, it's like you said, we're a society. We want it all and we want it now, right? Give it all. I want it now. Microwave Christianity. But when we get delivered, there's a certain deliverance. But then we fall, we want to condemn ourselves, and we end up going back to the same old mess, whereas we need to keep our eyes focused on what God is doing in our life, not what Satan is trying to destroy.
Deliverance is not how much head knowledge you have. That's the problem. We think that if we read 30 more deliverance books, and I've read a bunch of them, I've read them too. Yeah. It's not that information's bad. Deliverance is not about information. It's about a person.
Yeah,
it's about a person. So the person, Jesus Christ, he is the deliverer. So when we draw near to him, he is the force that remember, everywhere Jesus went, demons screeched.
That's right.
At his presence. They knew who he was before the disciples knew who he was. Right? So why are we not seeing demons as a whole screech in most of our churches?
Because we don't understand the authority of which God has given us, of which was transferred to us. We don't understand the power. When Jesus was talking to the 70 and they said, even the demons obey us, right? The demons obey us. So you're absolutely right. When it comes to the addiction and the casting out of demons, but you see, Niel, here's the problem. Most churches are caught up in religion. If you're caught up in religion, you'll never get to the spiritual part of knowing that there are demons and that you don't, that you think you have authority, but you really don't. When you were delivered, did demons come out of you? Did you have the demon of what we've got about 30 seconds. Could you share that? What happened in your deliverance?
Okay. It's a violent tearing. It may not be this way for everyone. I think the Lord had to show me the severity of the wickedness. The violent tearing of this dark spirit, this strong man, over 6 months, out of my saliva, out of the innermost part of my being, ripping out of my fingers, my eyes, my testicles, my feet, my everything. I feel like, imagine if the inside, David, was ripped out of you, if that was possible,
Wow.
right? But you felt it out of every part of you being ripped out of you, because it had fully integrated into my entire person, my eyes, every part of me. But that was a 6-month process of me crying out to the Lord, and the Lord met me in my crying.
Wow.
And delivered me.
Niel, how many years ago did this happen?
I was 37 years old. I'm 41.
Okay, so about 3-4 years ago. But yet you spent years behind the pulpit, up in the ministry,
with the hidden addiction.
With the hidden addiction. And so once this happened, did the church, you were pastoring at some form?
I was an associate pastor when I was going through this.
Right. Did they excommunicate you? Did they come against you? Did they embrace you? What did they do?
Well, it was interesting because a lot of these battles were private, David. They were my private battles, even private with my family, my wife.
Okay.
Like, why is he living in the basement?
When a person is addicted to something such as you, a lot of times they think we have to run to the church and tell everybody. But if you've got an addiction, if you got something you're struggling with, you don't have to go to everybody. No. You go to where the Holy Spirit has guided you.
Go to your basement. Go to your basement. Go to your secret place. Go to the quietest place and cry. David, last thing, I had a couch in my basement. I would cry so hard during this time. I wrote out all my sins, right? I wrote out every sin to the Lord, and I burned them. And I shoved my face in a pillow for weeks. I did this, and I cried, and I put my face in the pillow so no one would hear me. The battle was it was me and the Lord. I was naked. I was undone. I was vulnerable, and it was in that place, David, where the power of God began to flow in my life. When Satan gets ripped out of you, you not only have a love for God, you have a hatred for hell. And I've never stopped. Doesn't mean I don't have struggles, but I know where the battle is, and I know who the victor is. And his name is Jesus.
In these last days, there will be perilous times. People will worship false gods, lying signs and wonders. Bibles will be taken out of schools. As the Antichrist arises, Christians will be persecuted. But now, God's people have awakened. David Heavener Investigates is proud to bring you End Times Investigations, a new DVD series containing over 8 hours of interviews, commentaries, and teaching on Illuminati and the New World Order, Satanism, miracles and healings, the Antichrist, and one world religion. David interviews some of the top experts in their field.
Hi, I'm David Heavener, and I'm proud to bring you this brand new DVD collection, End Times Investigations.
David reveals how the media is working hand in hand with the Antichrist system. Order now and receive this special DVD collection. Equip yourself and your family. Text BONUS to 41444 or davidheavener.tv/order. Call toll free 844-806-0006. Text BONUS to 41444 or davidheavener.tv/order. Call toll free 844-806-0006.